Hello and welcome to another episode of Elz Tells.
Ba-dum-bum-bum.
Elz Tells, Elz Tells, Elz Tells, what you telling?
Yeah. Good.
Cool.
As always.
We still don't have an intro fully created.
Let's be real, we're never going to have an intro ready-made for that.
That is the intro.
That's it. Who are we kidding?
Professional. Very, very professional.
We have two cats right in front of us.
Yeah, we do. The really professional setup we have going here is you are on a suitcase on a tripod, if you're on video format. The microphones are the most professional, I think. And then we got two box lights.
Don't knock it. This is top tier.
This is good quality content.
Audio
for you.
quality is up there.
Audio quality.
Well,
I like quality.
audio quality is up there with Stephen Bartlett.
We have two cats that are currently having a wash. So if your camera is slightly wobbling, which I think it actually is, can you see that? It's because there are two cats having a wash. I don't want to move them. I don't have it in my heart to move them. The other cat is on the other bed. We have three cats. So anyway, not the point of the episode. Thank you for joining us again on Elz Tells. Today's subject, Nikon.
I have no idea.
Disney stores. We're going to be talking about the Disney store. I've got some questions I want you to answer. I've got things to say about the Disney store. So I would like to start with a bit of an intro to just say, look at my room. I love the Disney store. Isn't it?
You have basically bought the Disney store.
One of the things I do want to say though, and I'll probably mention this a lot more on the toy collecting episode that we have coming up soon. People think that I buy all of this like brand new, and that's just not true. A lot of it is secondhand. Yeah. A lot of it is secondhand, charity shops, boot sales, gifts from people as well. Obviously, everyone in my family and all my friends know that I love Disney and plush and everything. So yeah, but also this has been years of building up this much stuff.
Yeah.
So
since you were like knee high.
Yeah.
This is a good 20 years.
But of course, I'm a massive fan of the Disney store. The first thing I want to ask you is, do you have a first experience that you can remember of the Disney store?
With you.
With me?
Yeah, I don't think I went in one before I met you.
Oh, what? So how old?
17th birthday, was that yours? We've been together a
Yeah,
while. Your 17th birthday.
So I'm now 28. What happened? What do you remember?
I don't really remember, other than we went in there. It was red. Was it red on the outside?
Yeah.
And you picked a Woody?
Yeah. So
that was
I
it.
remember it vividly. I have the best memory of anyone I know. I remember all of the insignificant details. Picked out a new Woody. I didn't have my own Woody. He's actually one of the ones that sat up there that I've written Ellie on the bottom of.
This is in Bristol as well.
In Bristol. This is the one that used to be at a place called the Mall, Cribs Causeway. Not the pop-up shop, but the one that they used to have back in like the thousands. I swear it was there for years, because I remember going when I was tiny. It had the old classic storefront, but we'll get to a lot of that in a minute.
I'm genuinely not sure if I went into a Disney store before I met you.
Well, so that day we went in, picked a Woody for my birthday, and then we went over to the cinema and watched Hangover 3.
Yeah.
For my birthday.
We did. Yeah.
Because in that whole bit, there's like obviously loads of other shops, but there's also cinemas and places to eat and stuff like that. Going to the Disney store was always a big thing. So did you not have any Disney toys growing up?
No.
No
I
Woody,
had
Buzz
Disney
Lightyear?
like VHSs.
Yeah,
So
the films.
I've seen Disney films and watched, like, I loved Pocahontas, I loved Mulan, watched them again and again and again. I never had plush of like any Mulan stuff.
Really?
Wasn't really a plush kid, but then I was more computer games and stuff.
So did you play any like Disney computer games? Were there any?
I'm not sure there were back then, or if there were, I didn't play them.
Well, they used to have the Disney like Game Boy games and stuff though, didn't they? Game Boy Advance. They had Monsters Inc. They had Lion King. There was a Beauty and the Beast one.
There was a Hercules game as well, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Never played them.
Oh,
Never.
that's so funny. I remember playing those a lot. Yeah. I think there was a Toy Story game as well, a really good one, but it was difficult. I remember it being a hard game on like PlayStation 1 or something. Do you have a favourite memory?
Of the Disney store?
Yeah.
Thing is, we've been in a few now.
Yeah.
We've been to the one in Dublin,
Yeah.
the one in London,
Yeah.
the one in Cardiff before that went.
Bristol.
No, is that still here? No, Cardiff's gone.
No, Cardiff's gone.
Yikes. Bristol before it went.
Bristol and the pop-up one in Bristol.
Yeah.
And we went to Birmingham, and we've been to another pop-up shop somewhere else too, but I can't remember.
Yeah, we went to Birmingham in the Bull Ring, didn't we?
Yeah.
I think London. It's the biggest and the best one.
But what's your favourite memory there?
Probably events.
You can talk about it. You can talk about events.
being invited to events in London. I mean, I don't get invited because I'm no one, but
Hey, you're a co-host on the podcast now.
Yeah, riding your coattails to events at the Disney store, because that is cool, isn't it?
I mean, yeah. Like, I'm not going to say it's not. It is, like, once in a lifetime events that are specially put on. And
especially when they bring out characters.
Oh, incredible.
How can it not be? Yeah.
Incredible. And I would like to do a whole episode, I think, on just like being an influencer, as people call it, or a content creator, going to events and stuff, because it's definitely worth speaking about. And if you guys have any questions about that, I'm more than happy to be open and honest about it. But yeah, we do get some special once in a lifetime opportunities at the Disney store. That's true. Which one is your favourite then?
Where did we meet Mickey and Minnie in both their Christmas get-up? I think that was an event at the Disney... I'm trying to picture.
Yeah, there is one at the Disney store.
I got a photo taken with them, didn't I? And I was buzzing.
And then Pluto and Goofy came out.
Yeah.
That was when I was buzzing. When
I was
Goofy
buzzing.
Came
yeah,
out.
The photo of me, like, in between them both. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's my favourite Disney store memory.
So I'll say mine. So in terms of my first experience that I can remember, okay, and this is so funny because I actually have the plush as well. I remember being in the big one in Bristol, running in and seeing a massive eel, right? And just being in awe of this huge, fluffy, gorgeous eel, and like begging my parents, being like, please can I have it? It must have been super expensive. Like it's a big eel. And I remember being like, please. And even I knew, and I had a concept at the time of how massive it was.
You knew you were taking the mick.
Yeah. I knew I was taking the Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
But it was one of those times where I was like, please, I really want it. And they said no. And I was like, that's cool. Like, no worries. Started like walking away and looking at other things.
No worries. How you're like 6 years old and you're like, that's cool. I knew I was taking a mick.
No worries.
That's cool, no worries.
No, but I remember feeling that sentiment of, yeah, it is huge. No wonder they're saying no, because it was like, you know, when it's like out of reach, it's on the top shelf, you can't even touch it. Like it's too, and I was like, that's fine. There's no way I'm going to take that home today. And then I remember walking away a little bit and then randomly then being like, okay then. And me be like, what? And I've got the eel. He's literally behind me. Where is he? Oh, he's on the bottom under there, the big one that has the little stamp on his foot. Yeah, I still have him to this day because I love him. And this is one of the reasons why Eeyore is like my guy. You know, I have a lot, but also this one I have had for so long. See the old tag?
Yikes.
It's the
Threadbare
Walt Disney World Company Threadbare tag. I absolutely love him. He is one of my old pals.
How old do you reckon he is?
I don't know, but judging by the tag, that is like, I would probably say it's like 2000, something like that.
I can't even find a date on it.
Because it's like Walt Disney Company on the tag, not Disney Store. It's usually older. This beautiful Eeyore that I'm holding, for anyone on podcast version, is just really fuzzy, absolutely adorable, and he's been with me for so many years, longer than I can remember.
He's ancient.
He's been here longer than you have.
Yeah.
And we've been together how many years?
13.
There you go.
Yeah.
My old pal. And a lot of my Eeyores have been with me for a long time. I also remember the Cardiff meetup. I met some of my best friends one day when a sort of like fan meetup was put together. And we all met up at the Cardiff Disney store. There's actually a video on my YouTube of all of us meeting as well.
You say fan meetup. I mean, it was a fan meetup, but Disney store got on board with it, didn't they?
Well, when they heard that lots of us were coming, they had put like vouchers and stuff together.
Yeah, they gave everyone a bag. And they came out and said they welcomed everyone, didn't they? Like the store manager came out.
The Cardiff team
were
incredible. But you can see it all in a YouTube video as well and the experience. But
that'll be old, but now.
Yeah, exactly. That's got to be 6 years, maybe more. Also, just like the hauls and the sales that I would get whenever I went. I remember getting one of my limited edition dolls is a double set from the live action Alice in Wonderland, and I have Alice and the Mad Hatter as a double set, and I remember it was meant to be like 500 quid, and I was in the Cardiff Disney store and they had one left and it was down to like 120, something like that, and we got it. I used to go crazy in the stores.
Evidently.
Yeah. Is that a secret? The original Bristol Disney store obviously closed down. So it used to be, you know, they always used to have the storefronts where it almost looked like a film cell, like a roll of film.
Yeah.
And the one in Bristol Disney store had like a curved front, so it suited
that's what I remember.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was all red. That's what you remember. And then you'd walk in, and it would be like when you go into a Disney store in the parks.
It was really
where
grand.
it had like statues of Mickey and Minnie and all that, and like just amazing. One of those places where I walked in instantly just felt magical. They had a screen at the back and a plush pile in front of it. Do you remember?
Not really.
And it just felt so grand.
I remember the colours being like gold and red.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That was the front.
With the dark blue.
That was the front.
I can envision it, but I can't envision it.
I totally get you. I remember it because I used to go there like all the time. And it's a shame though, because now I'm older, I think I would appreciate it so much more. And I think all millennials and that kind of era feel the same. I think they feel like they would now visit Disney stores all the time. I was visiting Cardiff all the time anyway.
Even just to walk around. You don't have to go around and buy stuff. It was just cool to just walk around.
How did you feel about the pop-up shops that they did?
Nowhere near as good. If you said describe the colours, white.
White. Right. It looked like my bedroom. It looked like this.
Yeah.
White,
Shelves
like IKEA shelves.
with products on.
Yeah. And
Nowhere near the same
I
heart.
don't understand why they made that choice. Specifically in Bristol, there was the big grand shop and they shut that. And then like a couple of months later, they opened a pop-up shop with none of the stuff inside. Like, what? I remember when they shut the pop-up shop and I was really upset because I'm like, oh, at least I could get Disney merch there, blah, blah, blah. And I remember getting a comment from one of the cast members saying like, oh, we put loads of effort into the shops, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm not saying you didn't. The cast members were always great. That was never the problem.
Yeah.
But you can't deny that the theming and something that puts you into that Disney mindset, it was missing from the pop-up shops.
100%. Well, even what the staff were wearing. Do you remember the old days? They would have the full like shirt with was it the waistcoat as well?
I don't remember.
And the cream coloured like trousers. But what the thing was, but in the pop-up shops, I think the managers were still wearing like the uniform, and everyone else just had dark blue t-shirts. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah, I do.
And I think even that sent a message of this isn't quite a Disney store. Felt outlet vibes.
Right, you're so right,
It's
but
not
not
a
with
Disney
outlet
store.
prices.
No.
Let's be real here. I actually went for a job interview at that pop-up shop. Do you remember?
Yeah, they said you didn't like Disney enough.
That's funny. Yeah, they were like, do you know what? This girl doesn't know a thing about Disney, so she's not getting the job. Yeah, everyone was lovely and everything, but they was just like, sorry, we found someone else
They thought
more suited.
if they gave you a staff discount, they'd go out of business.
They'd have no stock left on the shelves, let's be real. What are your opinions on the remaining stores? So we do have...
There ain't many left, is there?
There ain't many. So we do have one in London and one in Dublin, where we are.
I haven't been to any others. Are there ones in New York?
There's one in New York. So they've got what they call flagship stores now. So one in every sort of like major place, shall we say. Major. Whatever they consider to be flagshipable. London, obviously, we visit regularly. What are your thoughts? What are you thinking?
London is good. I think it is better than Dublin. I loved Dublin. I don't know if it was more of the romantic thing because it was on Grafton Street and we were walking and we were on holiday, whereas like London is actually probably a better store. If I take out like the rose tinted glasses of being in Ireland and being in Dublin on holiday, London's probably the better store.
I think the London one does get really busy. Sometimes I find it quite dark in there though, because you go underground, you go into like a basement. It gets dark because there are no windows down there. But I do think it's really cool that we've got like the upstairs is the Star Wars bit. It's got
And
Marvel. Yeah, I like that as an addition. That never used to be there.
No.
That's quite new.
The big castle though is really cool though, that you walk down under it.
Yeah, with Goofy at the front, at the top, and then they change it for Christmas. I like that they do different themes for Christmas and things like that. Really nice. You remember when we were in the lift? And it went so slow.
Rickety.
I was just worried about it because I was like, we still have not arrived at the destination. But then it's probably a good thing because I don't really like lifts and I can get quite dizzy in lifts.
Yeah.
So the fact it's slow is probably a good thing. But I did panic. I do think there should be a sign saying, don't worry, the lift is just really slow. I loved Dublin as well. I think that one looks really nice from the outside because it's that sort of like dark blue. Classic. It feels classic, right? But I do think in general I prefer London.
It's bigger, grander.
Yeah, it feels like you're in a big Disney store when you go to London. And there's a lot to look at, and they've got all the fancy cases with all the stuff in. It is great. They do have the figures around of the characters, but like sometimes you arrive and they've all got like missing fingers and that, haven't they?
Yeah.
Because they're just out and anyone can like touch them and have a photo with them, which I really like. I like that it's not a thing that they're like, don't climb on it, don't do this, don't do that. But so, yeah, last time we were there, I think it was like Rapunzel or something, and like her nose was half off or something, like really ridiculous. What is different about the Disney store compared to every other shop? Like actual physical Disney stores that you visit, what's different? I'm talking just as you go in, what's different?
Don't know. I don't know what you're getting to.
You get greeted at the door.
Do you?
Yeah. Every single time we walk into a Disney store, they've got a security and they've got a person at the front greeting you as you walk in. Every single time. And it's like...
I've never even noticed that, to be fair.
Trust me, you will now.
I hate talking to people, so I just get my head down and just, please don't talk to me. Please don't say hello.
But it's like, you only get that experience if you go to like designer shops, but they're always there at the front greeting you as you walk in. I remember we went to Dublin Disney store and it was Halloween time, and the security guard he was showing us that you could tap the pumpkin and it would change colour.
Yeah, he was cool. Yeah.
Yeah, see? And that's because he's like attentive and like wants to be there. Like it feels like the staff genuinely want to be in a Disney store, you know?
Yeah.
The cast members.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the fact that we went from Disney stores to online Shop Disney, it was called, for a little minute there? There was a little, we'll Shop Disney now, and now we're Disney Store UK. How do you feel?
Terrible. That was... Right, question. Did that start happening under Bob Iger before he left? We had a change in CEO, didn't we, from Bob Iger to Bob Chapek. You know, maybe they were really smart and they forced, like, look at the high street where we live at the moment. There's so many empty shops.
Yeah.
Maybe they foresaw that high street shopping was going downhill. Look at the brands who haven't gone online, who are and gone.
Right.
They've struggled and gone. You know,
even like old time ones like Kath Kidston that's been around for so long, and then like she suddenly had to shut some of them.
Yeah, because they just, you know, it's adapt or perish. And so maybe Disney did see it all. They saw it all coming and they smartly moved online.
But surely...
But the experience is gone now.
But surely people are still turning up to Disney stores. You literally can barely move in London and Dublin. Like, Peeps is loving it.
I mean, that's the thing.
Cardiff Disney store was never empty.
Surely they weren't losing that much money on them. I'm gutted that there aren't Disney stores anymore.
I bought more when I went to Disney stores because, I mean, you couldn't stop me. And I used to love picking a specific plush because they'd like look me in the eyes and I'd like fall in love with one, you know? How many times have we been in a Disney store? I've touched a plush and I've been like, oh, I've touched it now. I've got to take it home, haven't I?
It's not the same just going through the website and looking at a photo.
No, it's not. It's not.
And then you wait, and then it comes and the box is like kicked around the back of a van. Or it's like open at the corner, and it's just not the same.
I feel like the experience of a Disney store is a big thing. It like we used to go every birthday, every like special holiday, we would always end up at a Disney store.
There is no experience of the Disney store now. Like, yeah, you might get a nice box come. There might be a little bit of nice confetti or nice paper that they use.
There's not really.
That's not enough to make it an experience.
There's not really. If you buy from like Disney Store Japan, you do get nice tissue paper with characters on and stuff like that. Here we don't really get that. We get some old brown packaging that they like shove on top. Yeah, there are things that they could do to improve the online like shipping experience, etc.
I don't want the online. I want the shops back.
I want the shops back. This is basically this whole episode is because we want the Disney stores back.
For some reason, I thought Bob Iger's back. We're going to get maybe some form of shops coming back.
I feel like they could have come back by now and they haven't.
I just can't see that they were like their retail arm was losing money. Maybe they were though.
So my next question is, what would you want from the Disney stores? What do you want to happen?
Shops back.
Shops back.
Yeah,
Disney.
like they had, not pop-up shops. Don't give me that.
No.
Don't give me that.
No. Disney store, bring back in your shops.
You know when sometimes you walk along like the shopping centre and you see some like, is it what's that cooking like? Is it Lakelands?
Yeah.
There's
Empty.
nobody in Lakelands ever buying like a saucepan
For 150
for
pounds.
150 quid.
Yeah.
How is that still there? That's been there
Right.
for years. Disney Store was hustling and bustling.
Here's what I would do, okay? So if we're talking about Disney stores, we need a Disney store in each area, okay? London is not enough. That's a 3-hour drive from us. That's no good. We need one this side, on the west. We need one in the middle, and we need one at the top.
Or
Scotland, Birmingham, Cardiff, you know?
But exactly that. If you're going to put them in capital cities, why not put one in Cardiff, the capital of Wales?
100%.
That's only an hour away.
It
Or
doesn't
have
make
one in
sense.
Edinburgh as well. So you got London, Edinburgh, Dublin.
What I would do personally is I would go back to the old magical style, right? So Cardiff was halfway there. Cardiff was the purple shiny floor.
Yeah, it was good.
But it
Cardiff.
wasn't the like almost vintage like 2000 style Disney store where they have like the kind of statues like up high. They had like in the Bristol Disney store, they had them above the shelves, do you remember? And things hanging from the ceiling, kind of like in Disneyland Paris shops where they've got like character stuff around.
Did they have the big balloon with people stood in it?
No, that was Disneyland Paris.
That was in Disneyland Paris.
Yeah. It still is, I think.
I remember walking under that and thinking that's cool. You have
right.
the Fab Five hanging out of a hot air balloon.
Exactly. And that's the kind of like vibes that they need to bring to their shops. If they wanted to, may I say, they could go as far as to theme each shop around something different. So you could have a Winnie the Pooh shop. You could have a princess's shop in each area. So it makes it a thing that you can go round, and maybe they have a special pin that you can only get in that shop that's themed after that shop. Scotland could be a Brave one. That'd be fun. You could have one in Paris, which is all Parisian things. So like Ratatouille and Aristocats, right? How cool would that be? Like, give us something to visit and a reason to visit each one. I have another idea though. If they're not going to give us shops in each area,
which they're obviously not. They're not coming back.
which
Let's be real.
if they're not, okay. So what do? We make a whole new experience. We do not have a Disneyland, a Disney World, etc. in the UK, do we? Right? So what do? Somewhere, like maybe in the middle, like Birmingham or something like that, you create the House of Mouse. Go with me here. Huge place where it's a Disney store. You also have an outlet floor, maybe in the basement, where kind of like Character Warehouse at like Walt Disney World. You could even have an attachment where they can have like screenings of films, or you can book it for parties. They can have a cafe, kind of like they do in Primark, but like, you know, imagine a Disney store cafe. It would be so good. Collector's stuff that is exclusive to that store. And imagine calling it the House of Mouse. It's an epic idea. Why are you not getting excited?
I mean, you've gone to an event called House Mouse, so I feel like you can't coin that as your own phrase.
No, it's because the House of Mouse TV show.
Oh, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You know it?
Yeah, no, now I've just remembered it, yeah.
Because the House of Mouse is where they all come together.
Yeah,
all of the characters. So it's like a big sort of like warehouse style space. And they could have like a balcony all around the edge where Mickey and Minnie just wave. Just the characters randomly come out every hour and wave at the kiddies. So there's none of this sort of like everyone wants a picture, there's no waiting in line, blah, blah, blah. But they come out, do a wave. Really cute.
I think if they were going to do that, they'd do it in London, not in Birmingham.
I chose there because it's like in the middle. Like, give us somewhere else other than London. And I think that it wouldn't be able to be in London because it costs so much and you wouldn't be able to get a big enough space. Almost like your own shopping mall place, but all for Disney. It can have its own car park and everything. People would go there because it would be...
see him doing it.
It would be a trip out. Yeah, that's not the point. I'm theorising and making a magical idea.
Nice.
Disney store, you can just hire me and I'll help you come up with the ideas and the plans, okay? And I think people would turn up for that. And there's just stuff for all different ages, but having the outlet floor as well, I think would be insane. It would be so cool. I'll tell you what they are doing though, that I absolutely love. And I think they would only really be able to do it because of the online focus, is they're giving us a lot more Japan Disney merch.
That's
so
cool.
I like that they're doing that because there's a lot of Japan Disney merch that I would love to buy, but obviously sometimes you have to buy it through like other sellers and stuff, and you don't know if it's legit. And
They could still do that in
like,
the shop though, couldn't they? And bring in
Yeah, well, they
park
do it-
exclusive stuff as well.
Well, they do it in London, and they have some stuff there. But what I'm saying is, I don't think that ever would have happened if they didn't move it to more of an online focus. I think the want for more Disney merch has then spiraled into this, oh, Japan stuff's really nice. And so now they're bringing it over here, which I think is great. In your dream world, what would you have from Disney stores? What would you see open?
Exactly like it was. Like good shops in major cities. I'm not saying...
Well, you don't like my House of Mouse idea. What's wrong with House of Mouse?
I would want more than that. What? Okay, you put it in Birmingham. What about the poor people in Scotland who like that? For them, that's like 3-4. What was wrong with like when I think of Primark? Like Primark are like, we are a big shop. Come to us to come get everything you want because we are a big physical thing that you need to come and do. And I think Disney is that. Like, and I think they've got enough credit to say like, here's the shop, come and get it. People would go to it.
But that's why I think give us a mega store, because I just think how much of a cool new idea is that? I've never seen like a mega store for one brand. Huge store. Give me the store. And they could even have like sections of like Disneyland Paris merch, Walt Disney World merch, but like you can only get there.
Like we don't go to London for the Disney store. Ever. We've never been like...
It's too far away.
Whereas, like I was just saying, like you would go to your local city to do like a big shopping spree, and like Disney was that.
They used to have one in Cabot Circus for a minute.
Did they?
Yeah, I got my massive Lotso in there.
Was there one in Bath?
Yeah, I think there was, you know. They definitely had one in Cabot Circus for a minute. It was kind of like the Cardiff one, where it was not a pop-up, but it was not the same oldie style either. And that was really good, but quite small. And they were only there for a couple of months, which is so sad. I went there a lot for a minute, but I remember I bought my massive Lotso there, and my cousin Beth bought her massive Donald, which she then got rid of and gave to me, and it sat on the sofa next door.
Really?
Yeah.
I just can't see them coming back, which is a real shame because like that's a whole
I have
experience
hope.
lost.
Rebellions are built on hope. I have hope.
Your kids won't experience that unless they go to a park.
That is the thing. I am a person who I would love to go to the parks all the time, but realistically, to save up that amount of money, I can't be doing it. So what do? I'll put Disney in my home instead. I have a Disney bedroom. I invest in Disney merch because I love it so much. I love having it around and it makes me happy on a daily basis. I'm kind of like filling the gap of Disney parks and all that and having the Disney experience by putting it in my own bedroom, which I think is nice, but I feel like it's a shame that kids these days are not going to experience the Disney stores. They don't know a Disney store.
Like
And
your little cousin
what?
Teddy.
Doesn't know a Disney store.
No, he didn't. Was he 7? He didn't know it.
Yeah, see, that's mad. They need to bring them back
And
immediately.
he loves Disney
Yeah.
because he watches Disney Plus, and you can get toys off Disney store, like or shop Disney for him.
No, it's Disney store again
It's
now.
Disney store.
Yeah.
But he's never like, you can't just walk into the Disney store like when you were 7.
Yeah. All of my fellow millennials listening to this will be feeling the pain of thinking about their local Disney store and not being able to go there anymore. There used to be one in Liverpool, and I think that used to be a particularly nice one as well, people says.
What I would have been sad to do is see them go bust. That would have been much sadder.
No, yeah.
So like, if that's what they had to do to keep it going, then fine. Do you know what I mean?
I understand that they had to do what they had to do in shut stores and blah, blah, but I do think they should have kept a few more open.
Defo.
They should have kept one in Wales and one in Scotland.
Surely Cardiff. Yeah, exactly.
Minimum.
It's another capital city.
I have got to say as well, though, the actual like quality of the merch has been spot on. This year, they have been releasing some amazing merch. Just take a look
I
at
never
the
feel
quality.
like they've had a dip.
No, I don't.
I was going to say, like, you know, but you say it's good this year. I think it's been good every year. I think you can pretty much
No,
rely
but I
on
mean, we're
Disney.
getting a lot this year. Already this year, I'm like, I can't keep up. There are so many limited edition dolls, like stunning. Mary Poppins, Cinderella, Blue Fairy, like already. Like, just take a look around this room and see the quality.
I mean, like I say, they don't miss. There was one period with the dolls. Do you remember when they went to printed faces dolls rather than embroidered faces dolls?
Soft toy dolls. I do remember that.
That was a slight mess.
Yeah.
Have they gone back to embroidered faces?
Yeah, they have.
I think they knew
They
that was
learnt
a slight
from the
miss.
mistakes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was a miss.
But otherwise, you can pretty much rely on Disney to be like quality.
Yeah.
toys.
Oh, the clothing. The clothing is incredible. The jumpers and the jumpers with the embroidery on and the hoodies and just the quality is there. What would you like to see merch wise? Like, are there any characters you feel like we don't get enough of?
Mushu, yeah.
I'm pointing at Mushu.
I was going to say, you were saying, like, what do you want to see more of? I think collabs. Like, what's that fleece jumper thing that you've got?
Columbia.
The Columbia fleece.
Everyone went crazy for that Columbia fleece.
Yeah, but that's like the nicest piece of clothing you've ever owned.
It's stunning.
Collabs, like adult collabs like that, where it's like, so it's not just like
Adidas as well, they've done some.
But I'd like to wear like cool Disney, like bougie Disney. So yeah, Adidas or a Columbia collab. I get that it's like then like an 80-90 quid fleece or something, but
that is worth it.
It looks really good.
I went out in that fleece from Columbia, and it's like basically got sort of like Mickey and all of his mates, and they're out hiking or at a campfire and all that. And I went out in it and got 2 separate compliments from 2 different people in the space of 20 minutes. Just randomers that said, "Love your jumper. Oh, love your jumper. Is that Columbia jumper?"
I would like, personally, I would like to see that. I'd rather like, I love like Mushu, but like toys or stuff like that.
Yeah,
Mushu.
but imagine Mushu clothing, right? Beautiful embroidered massive dragon on a jacket. They could so do something with that.
Yeah, I would like it as like a cool collab though.
Like Superdry do some really cool jackets that are in that style. Imagine that, but with Mushu on the back.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
And even things like Stanley Cups. Like we got Stanley Cups.
Oh my gosh.
Where's the Disney Stanley collabs?
Imagine.
Because you know that would go nuts.
Yeah, but a really like posh kind.
Yeah, I'm talking like top end collabs. For the millennials who've got the money to spend on it.
I'm not worried about being bougie. I just want it to be good quality. Like in
that's
terms
what I mean,
of,
yeah.
But in terms of like clothing and stuff, the Disney Store hoodies and jumpers that they already are releasing are incredible. The jackets, oh, they're stunning. Because for example, they did the Pleasing collab, the Fantasia and Pleasing stuff. And that for me was just too far out of my price range. And I'm not a big fan of spending like over 100 quid on a jumper. And it wasn't...
But you'll do 90 quid.
I would do 90 quid on a fleece. Oh, yes, I will. Because it was proper quality.
90 is my limit.
No, but the Pleasing jumper looked like it had just been like printed on the front.
Yeah, if it's got a high price tag, it's got to be...
it needs to be embroidered minimum.
Yeah, it needs to look like it's a high price tag. Yeah.
Minimum. Because I think the hoodies at Disney Store are 40 quid, something like that. And they often go in good sales and stuff as well. So look out for that, guys. They're beautifully embroidered. They have different colours on like the sleeves and the cuffs and all of that. And they're so lush and really hard wearing and beautiful, soft on the inside. Oh, I just love them. My Goofy one is one of my absolute favourite things. Yeah, I feel like it's an affordable, reasonable price tag for the quality that you get. I think that's like, it's really, really good. And the quality is always insane. I would like to see more side characters. Like, I love to see Prickle Pants and all that. Moana too. I was surprised that we didn't get more plush, like soft toy dolls or like a...
We did though. We got Maui's new Puas.
No, we didn't get new Puas. No.
Not with the turf.
No, that's what I was about
I'm
to
looking
say.
at like Samir now.
I want Samir.
Smear.
No, not Smear. You're not
Samir.
smearing some mascara. Simia.
Samir.
Simia.
Smear.
Schmear.
Schmore.
You know, she was great. Moana's little sister. Beautiful. We got her and we got a Moana. We didn't get a Maui release. We didn't get a new Pua with a tooth. Nothing. None of the new characters. I wanted a new Kakamora, you know, that cutie that goes on the boat with them. He would have been cool. So, yeah, we didn't get as many plush for that release. But I like seeing all of the side characters, like Prickle Pants and stuff like that, like getting more love. We got it because it's from the Japan Disney Store range. I'd also love to see bucket hats. I mean, I'm a hat girly. I'm a hat girly now.
You love your hats.
These days, I'm a hat girly. But I did have to buy 2 of my bucket hats from Japan, Disney Store, and get them shipped over.
It's a bit of a niche, I think, bucket hats.
That's a niche.
That's
definitely a niche.
That's a niche.
Yeah. More like plush backpacks. Like the Jar Jar Binks backpack that I have. Like just like more little quirky things for the girlies. For me.
Yeah.
For me. I'd also like to see more Star Wars merch. In general, more Star Wars stuff made by the Disney Store. Because I feel like they could do really good clothing. They could do really good bags. I love their lightsabers.
You mean adult? Yeah, I was going to say, because there's lots of kids Star Wars toys whenever we go into London.
Yeah, but they are action figures and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I want bags. Like, don't get me wrong, I love a Loungefly bag. But Disney Store do some really nice bags as well. Sometimes Disney Store do these monthly releases. It all began with Mickey Memories, the mayhem of Mickey Memories. So do you want to tell them what happened on January, Mickey Memories year?
What, the fact that no one knew about it? So we walked into Cardiff and there were like probably 30 still sat on the shelf.
What happened before that?
Right, no, yeah, you were like, oh, these are going to go mental. You were like, make sure we buy them, like, as in, like, make sure we, like, get to Cardiff.
We woke up early, especially.
Yeah, because you were like, they're going to go mental. Everyone's going to want these. We got there, and mountains of them.
Not
mountains.
a soul. We were late, and I was really worried that there weren't going to be any left.
There are mountains of them.
And no one was there buying January Mickey Memories.
I know.
And literally, my whole family looked at me like, are you okay? What is wrong with you?
February comes around.
Uh-huh.
Everyone's queuing out the shop. You can't get one. Literally can't get one.
Exactly. I got one.
I know, you did get one. But then the January ones are like, so how much are they selling for? Like 250 quid, weren't they?
They went
like...
crazy at the time. At the time, they went mental.
And they ended up having to obviously like limit them to one per person and stuff. But yeah, I'm an idiot. We walked back, there was a mountain of them in Cardiff, January Mickey Memories.
Yeah.
I swear they were selling for like 250, 300 quid each.
Yeah,
afterwards.
It was crazy.
And then every month after that, that was really hard to get them. You literally have to get there in queue. You'd be one allocated per person, stuff like that.
March, we went up in literally
in the snow. Yeah.
So,
but you do have the full set now.
But I do have the full set, and they have been up on a shelf in my room looking beautiful for ages.
I don't think the other 12 months were as popular.
Well, so then they did Wisdom, which weren't as popular.
No.
I think they were very nice and underrated. They just weren't soft. So they felt like felt, which I understand because obviously they did the embroidered quote on them and stuff. And I actually think they were really nice. A really nice set to have. But then the problem, I suppose, was if they did a character that wasn't one of your favourites, maybe you didn't want to buy it, and then you're missing one from the set of 12 and all of that. So I get it. They also did Minnie Mouse, where they themed her after a like a Disneyland, like attraction, ride kind of thing. I really liked them, but the problem is I ran out of space.
It's a big commitment
as well. It's a big commitment.
To get one plush every single month.
Exactly. And then they did Stitch Attacks Snacks. So
I didn't know
Stitch
that. Yeah, no.
with a snack kind of thing. Yeah. So that was another monthly thing. I didn't collect any of those because I just like space, like capacity wise. I'm such a collector. Like if I buy one of the 12, I'm going to want the rest.
I just think nothing went down as well as Mickey Memories did.
Nothing had the same fever.
That caused, fever. That caused the buzz.
Yeah.
And like, you know you're doing like well when you've got like community up in arms saying, it's so unfair, I can't get one, this is ridiculous. Yeah. Allocate one per person. You know you've got a hot item. Hot item?
Hot item?
You've got a hot item.
Hot item.
You've got a hot item.
Hot item.
And that's when like you're feeling good. You must be feeling good. If you've made these, whoever designed the toys and the retail team behind them who made them,
incredible.
You'd be feeling really good.
The like Walt Disney quote on the foot, the stamp on the other foot, on this beautiful embroidered Mickey Mouse. Like, bear in mind, the Mickey Mouse ones, not all of them were like soft.
No.
But it was more like stylistic, you know? Like the first one looked kind of like leathery. The second one looked kind of velvety. One of them looked almost like chocolate. Like, it just had a different style. I think they did it by like 80s, 90s, 70s, like all of that.
Yeah.
So the first one was like 1920s, I think.
Yeah.
And it went on and on. Just really cool. Yeah, I don't know if a kind of a monthly item like that is a kind of commitment that I would want to commit to again, because like you say, it's cost, it's commitment trying to get it. If I didn't get one of those Mickey Memories, I would have been crushed. Like, I was very, very lucky to either be able to go to like Cardiff Disney Store, the pop-up shop at the time in Bristol, or get one online. But we queued outside the pop-up shop with many other people, come rain or shine, to make sure that we could get those first few Mickey Memories. They became easier to get as they went on. I think they started releasing more.
Yeah.
It kind of
I say
lost
that, like,
the buzz.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's difficult because it's like, I see why they did it, like releasing them in more, because it's fairer, but then you lose the collectability.
Right. It's
rarity.
like trading card games.
Yeah, and so it's like, so you either stick to your guns and be like, we're releasing a limited, rare, collectible thing, first come, first served, or we're releasing just a toy that everyone can have and everyone has almost the right to get. And so it did, the interest almost dropped off by the end because everyone could get them. You went from this thing that like you were all queuing up for, and it's like only one one of you can get, and you'd walk past the shop again at like 10 a.m. and they're all gone. Until like by the time it came to like November, December, you could walk up to the shop at 4 p.m. on the day they'd been released and they're still sat there because there were loads of them, because people love to be like, well, I've only got one and there's only one of 2,500, or you know what I mean? It's the same reason with limited edition dolls. That's why people get them.
I love the limited edition dolls. They're so cool.
Because they're limited edition. You know you've got one of 2,500. There's only set amount in the world. You know what I mean?
And
it's
well, the thing with the limited edition dolls as well is that you know that some people open them too.
Yeah.
So then the number gets less of ones that are still mint in the box, never been opened.
Like your Tiana, I think she was the first limited edition doll they ever did, wasn't they?
Yeah, I think so. The green dress.
And she came out years ago.
But we will definitely talk more about my whole collection when we get to the toy collecting episode. I'm really excited to make that. That is everything, really.
That's the only downside, though, of Disney stores. Limited edition dolls, you can't go into the store and see the one you want, pick it up and go home with it, or like look at it and be like, that's the one I want. Or even just look at it to see, like, do I like it enough?
Just damage-wise. Like, buying online, you risk something arriving damaged. You have to send it back. And they used to, if it was damaged, you could just send them a photo and they'd say, don't worry, chuck that one in the bin, donate it to charity, whatever you want to do, and we'll send you a new one. Great. No stress for me. I don't have to find a printer. I don't have to go to me nan's to print out the return label. Like, there's no stress. Whereas there is like nothing worse than getting any package from anywhere and it arriving and there's broken, there's something wrong with it, and then you've got to return it, and then it just takes all of the vibe out of it. Like, the magic is not in that. And so I do think that the problem Disney have is there are higher expectations because they have to keep the magic going, right?
Well, there's high ticket price items.
Yeah, true.
They're asking you to pay 120 quid a doll at the moment.
True.
And so, but with no magical experience around it, no kind of going into the shop and like feeling buzzing about it. It's just like, look at a photo, all be online at like 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. whenever they do it, and basically fastest finger first, isn't it? Yeah, it's just
like I do prefer going in, seeing it, picking it, walking out with it, feeling buzzing that you've got one.
What was the limited edition doll we went to Cardiff and we waited?
There have been a few, but Mary Poppins Returns.
Was it Mary Poppins?
She was one of them, and
because you also get a bit of a community then, because you bump into people and you might bump into them again the next time a doll comes out. And you can't help but just like, when you're both sat there at like 7 a.m. with a coffee.
Yeah, 100%.
Like in a queuing system, you just start chatting to people and and everyone's just normal people. They'll just be like, how long have you liked Disney? Where have you come from?
Yeah.
And you just chat to people and all of that experience is gone. And then once you bought your doll, you walk around the rest of the shop and you'll buy other things.
Oh yeah, always.
Whereas like when you're just rushing to check out online at 8 a.m, you're not leisurely going around the website buying other things.
Yeah, you're so right. Thing is, it's sad in general, I think, that shops these days are almost like taken for granted and then they shut down because people don't go out to them. A lot of the stuff is convenience a lot of the time, but I do think that like toy shops and like kids shops, it's an experience that we need to, I think, cherish and go to. Like, we went to Smith's with my little cousin, or both of them.
It was rammed.
Both of my little cousins.
Yeah.
Not only was it super busy, but they absolutely loved it. And we came away with loads of stuff. They see stuff that they would never think when they're looking through a catalogue online. Oh yeah, I want that. But they see it in person, they think, whoa, that's really cool. They try it out a bit or whatever and take one home. So it does feel like, the in-person shopping experience needs to be cherished, especially when it comes to like toys aimed at kids and stuff like that. I think that's a good place to go on to. Controversial Corner. Nice.
So my controversial corner this week is that on their plushes, Disney don't put the embroidered stamp on anymore. And if I look behind me, I can see on Beast's foot.
Yeah.
There's a gorgeous circular stamp on his foot.
You know, he's from that era. What does it say? Genuine something?
Genuine, original, authentic Disney store.
Genuine, original, authentic Disney store. Yeah.
And that looks cool.
Yeah.
They don't do it on any plushes now anymore, do they?
I would love it. Well, I'll tell you, the only plush I've seen it on recently is either if it's like a special edition one. Sometimes they put one on. Or though I had one from the Disney store, but it was Japan Stitch Christmas plush. One of the massive one that got sat under my desk. Christmas one where he's holding a gift.
Yeah.
He has a stamp on his foot. I don't know why.
I miss those stamps.
I miss those stamps. We've got them on quite a lot. That Pua has it. I've definitely got more everywhere. These ones will have it. All of the like Finding Nemo, Finding Dory ones will have it because that was that era as well. Yeah, look, it's this Disney 100 Mickey Mouse plush, but it says Disney 100 Years of Wonder. But you know what I've just realised? It's not embroidered. It's a stamp that's been like embroidered, like stitched on, but it's printed onto the stamp.
Cutting corners.
We want the...
Give me that circular embroidered effort.
Yeah, I do agree.
It was all that experience. Do you know what I mean? I just feel like the experience is not...
Because they went from the circular embroidered things that were on the plush to the little white bits of material with a little castle on.
That's not the same.
That was what they transitioned, and now they just don't do anything.
That's a poo-poo platter.
Who ordered the poo-poo bladder? I do miss the stamps as a collector. All of the Mickey memories have a
collector
stamp.
Just felt like the value was more value in it. It wasn't a Smith's toy or a
right.
You know, do you know what I mean? Just
exactly.
Some other unofficial stuff.
Yeah, right. Because I do feel like, I mean, I don't know if anyone else feels like these, but for me, the best stuff is Disney Store official stuff. Because you know it's direct from the Disney Store. They usually have the best likeness to a character, like Todd and Copper here.
Likeness. Oh, you're exactly right. Because I've seen some like even Nemo's and the eyes.
Yeah, they don't look right.
They're looking in odd directions.
They do not look right.
And his smile is like barely smiling.
Yeah, exactly. Like that's not Nemo, that's Menno.
And that's because when they're on a fish and you're just buying them from somewhere else.
He's lost his son, Fabio. You can tell, or I can tell straight away.
I feel like anyone can. Like, surely, like...
If it's Disney Store official.
I feel like surely even if I was 7, if I was holding up a toy and the eyes are looking the different ways and it feels rough, like toilet paper.
Yeah.
Like, whereas with like Disney, it's really soft. Like you say, the likeness is there. So give me that stamp.
Yeah, I do agree. I would like to see the stamps back at the Disney Store. I'd like if they put their stamps on like everything. Like I'd love to see it on bags and stuff. Like how you get like a Loungefly plaque on a bag. Like just a Disney Store genuine, authentic, original Disney Store stamp on a bag. Put it on my hat. I'd have it on a hat.
Tattoo.
Put it on me immediately.
So you agree with my controversial comment?
100% I agree. You knew I was going to agree because I'm a toy collector, and also whenever we are in a charity shop and we see a plush and it has a stamp, I get a little bit more excited, don't I?
Because it's real. Legit.
Because it's legit, but also because you know it's from that like place and time. That's the other thing. You can tell how old a plush is roughly if it has a stamp.
I wonder if other people, like obviously because maybe other people aren't as like collectorish or like wanting to be like, maybe people do just walk into like a shop or a charity shop and see, I don't know, a pua, and they don't care where it's from. It's just a pua.
Probably.
Whereas like I would want to look at the tag, and if it's not like legit, I'm like, that's not pua.
That's not. Yeah.
That's bua.
That's bua. That's bua.
When you're in the film, bua.
Yeah. There you have it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. You can let us know all of your Disney Store related opinions down below. Please give us a like if you liked it, or if you're on a podcast platform, then you can actually leave us a rating as well. But you can only do it if it's 5 stars. Okay? We really appreciate you watching and listening every single week. I have been Elz.
I've been your husband.
I have been Nigan. You can also follow me on all the socials at elz.smart, and we'll be back for another episode every Friday at 8 a.m. Do you know why
See you next time.
Do you know why we do it at 8 a.m?
No.
So that peeps can listen, like, you know, as they're like getting ready for work or like chilling over the weekend.
What if the episode's over an hour? Like you put it on like an hour before you get to work. Like the episode's like 1 hour, 5 minutes, and like you start at 8, you're like, man, I got to wait till 5 p.m. to listen to the last 5 minutes.
You
should release this.
No, but we don't usually do episodes that are that long. There's only been one that's been over an hour.
Oh, that's true. We're going to introduce Lady.
Lady is our rescue cat. And so she's very straggly, but she's beautiful.
See you next time.